Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome you to this afternoon's graduation ceremony. Thank you all for coming and helping to celebrate this important occasion with your friends and family. The ceremony will begin shortly. Can I please ask everyone to ensure that their phones are switched off or on silent? In case of an emergency, the exits from the arena, the two doors you came in and the doors along the sides are all clearly marked. The official party, followed by the graduands for today's ceremony, will soon be entering the room, and we would like to ask you all to stand as they enter. At the end of the ceremony, please remain standing to allow the new graduates to process out. Thank you.
Haramaira, ngā manuhiri tuarangi e ngā māta waka ngā mātua, ngā hau e whae, nau mai haramai ki te papanui e, I runga I te mana whenua o Ngāti Wairere. Ngau mai haramai o ngā tauira o te kura toi tangata e, me te piringa e, haere maira, haere maira, haere maira tō koutou whakatūtuki e, ki tō poi tai tangata e. Haere maira, ngā pura, ngā rerenga o ngā kura o te whare wānanga o Waikato e. Haere maira, haere maira, haere maira. Haere maira ki te hohonutia o ngā kaimahi o ngā rangatira o te whare wānanga o Waikato e, o ngā manuhiri o te hāpuri e o te whare wānanga. Haere maira, haere maira, haere maira. Hoki wairua maira o ngā aitua o te whare wānanga o Waikato e, me tainui waka e, hoki waira. Kaupapa o te rānei e, te pōtaitanga o te kura toi tangata me te piringa e. Hāpaitia I te pauri, I te māmai o te piringa, ki te koutou rangatira ma
Whakatau I hara, ki roto o te tātou whare, I runga I tō tātou papa te papa o wairere, whakatau I hara, koutou ngā tauira o koutou whānau, ngā hapu, ngā iwi tai nora, ki tō tātou tumuaki o te whare wāno o Waikato, me tōna mininga I te rānei whakatau mai rā, I raro I tō tātou korowai o tō tātou matu o te piringa whakatau mai rā, whakatau mai rā.
Mai te wāhi ngaro te tama te wairua tapu rire. E te rangatira tauranga moana, ngā tirangi nui, Mātiu. Hoki wairua mai, hoki wairua mai, hoki wairua mai. E honore he kroria ki te atua he mau ngā rongo ki runga I te mata o te whenua. Ko te tīmatanga o te whakaaro nui ke whakaaro pai ki te kingi Māori. Me ngā tāngata katoa e hui hui mai nei. I runga I a papa nui. Te mana whenua o Ngāti Wairere. Nā reira ngā koe rangatira e inui atua ne ki aia ke manakitia mai tātou. I raro te tua nui o te papa e tū nei. Nau mai, piki mai, kake mai. E te tumuaki me te Bulgia, tēnā kia koe. Me koe e te tumuaki tuarua me ki e Neil, Quigley. Me ngā kai āwhina o te wharawānanga o Waikato, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. E ngā mana e ngā reo e ngā kārangaranga maha. O ngā maunga tapu, o ngā tōpito, o ngā hauepa. Hare mai, hare mai, hare mai, hare mai. Hare mai e ki runga I te papa nui o te mana whenua o Ngāti Wairere. Ka wea mai ngā tini aitua, ngā tini mate I wanganui a koutou. Kia mihia, kia tangihia, kia poroporo akitia. E ai te kōrero e kura I tangihia he mai aroha. Nō reira te ino e ki aia ke manaki hia tātou I tēnei rā. Hurino. Nō reira e pā, ino I atua ne kia koe. Manaki tia mai, me ki te mininga ko tatu mai nei raro te tuanui o tō tātou whare I runga I tō ingoa, kaha te tamata wairua tapu. Āmene.
Tēnā koe e take moe au mihi whakatau. Can I please ask you to all stand now for the national anthem? The singing of the national anthem will be led by Cecily Shaw, who completed her Bachelor of Music in Performance in 2015 under the tutelage of Glenise Blake. She is now in her honours year at the University of Waikato. E nā waka, e nā reo, e nā mana, tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou e roto e nā whakamoemuti. Tēnā koutou e roto e nā mihi kia kingi tūheitia. Tēnā koutou katoa. Good afternoon and welcome to this graduation ceremony for Te Koroto Tangata, Faculty of Education, and Te Piringa, Faculty of Law at the University of Waikato. My name is Alistair Jones and I am the Senior Deputy Vice-Chancellor of this university. I'd like to begin by thanking all of you, the graduands and your family and friends, for taking the time to celebrate with the university staff and others from the Waikato and broader community this important event that is your graduation. This is a time to reflect on the learning and the personal growth that you have achieved in completing your degree. To give thanks for the opportunity you've had to meet students from a diverse range of different countries, to spend time with friends that you have made while studying at the university. During the course of your study, you will have acquired a perspective on the world that could not easily have been acquired through any other means other than university study. This is a university on the global stage. In our first 50 years, we achieved a ranking of the top 50 of universities that were developed in the 1960s. This year, 12 of our disciplines were ranked in the top 200 in the world. A degree from this university will take you places. I hope that for all of you, it is true that you have completed a degree with both critical thinking and with real-world skills necessary to create a smooth transition into employment or further study. Many of you will have taken part in community engagement programs as part of your experience at the university, whether through volunteering, work placements, practicums, or summer scholarships. Our aim as a university is to substantially increase this level of engagement with the community. So please, once you've settled into employment, talk to us about ways that you can help provide internships, work placements and opportunities for students, or otherwise help in promoting your university locally as well on the world stage. Today, you join over 110,000 other graduates of this university. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of the university. The role of Chancellor dates back to the founding of the first universities in the Middle Ages. Today, the Chancellor has the role of chairing the University Council, the governance body of the university, and in that capacity, it is his role to confer the degrees on all the graduates of the university. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Chancellor of the University of Waikato, the Right Honourable James Bolger.
Their friends, everybody who's helped them along the way so that they arrived here this afternoon ready to receive the accolade of a degree or a qualification after the years of study here at the University of Waikato. The Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Neil Quigley, has been unable to be with us. He's with us this morning. He's got a rather important discussion with the Minister this afternoon, but we're delighted to have the Senior Deputy Vice-Chancellor here with us, Alistair Jones. Thank you, Alistair, for your remarks earlier. I also want to acknowledge local Member of Parliament, David Bennett. David is a very loyal and keen supporter of our university, and great to have you back again, David. I'll just invite the audience to send you a few more letters and things like that. But seriously, this is an extraordinary day for the lives of so many young and not so young people as we go through the whole process of the graduation and acknowledgement, which is what it is, acknowledgement of knowledge, of study, of hard work and of reward. I thought I'd just chat for a moment or two on a few things that cross my mind, what's happening in the world, where tomorrow is going to lead us. It's not a question of saying the world is changing, we all know that. It's where it is changing to, and more importantly, are we prepared for change? Have we the skills? And importantly, have we developed a value system? I spent time on this. Have we developed a value system that will help us to respond to the needs of our common humanity? One of the issues that is facing us is quite simple, and it's appropriate since we have law graduates here today, and that is preventing individuals and corporates circumventing the country's tax laws by transmitting their income to various offshore tax havens and not pay taxes. The rest of us pay taxes. They think they're clever. They don't think it's cheating. Someone will even give the excuses within the law. Within the law, to use the old vernacular, is an ass. It allows people to avoid paying the tax they should legitimately pay to the society that provides them with a home and all they go to. So politically, it's a no-brainer. The vast majority pay their taxes, just change the laws to prevent people not doing that. And society will be much better off, and I hope that happens soon. One of the great things we can't change in today's world by the past, one law, of course, is climate change. And most of us are now aware that that's not going away anytime soon either. Every projection, every scientific report, including one that came out only yesterday, focusing on New Zealand, where it said 2/3 of where we live will be affected by climate change. Not a remote handful around a low-lying beach area, 2/3 of us. So that's another area where we need to keep moving. One of the challenges, and why I'm talking about some of these, because you're going to hear a lot about tertiary education in the next little while, because the Productivity Commission has been tasked with the responsibility of an in-depth look at the provision of tertiary education in New Zealand. And that's totally appropriate. It's also, we can say, you all know in advance what most of the focus will be on. It'll be on whether or not the taxpayer, the students, the families, the support group are getting an adequate return on the investment that has been made in education. And some areas are much easier to measure than others. Some of you will have seen the media story 2 or 3 weeks back, which was headlined, "Big Bucks for the Right Graduates." I can say to this audience, you're in the wrong place for these graduates, because the big bucks, according to the article, for those who take medical degrees. None of you have it. But is that how we only can measure success? For where the big bucks are? I would argue that measuring earnings is easy, but measuring value to the community is much harder, but from my perspective, much more important. So that's one of the challenging issues we have to do. I mean, education is a classic case to point. Teachers are not the highest paid professionals in New Zealand, but I would argue they have the most important task of providing the support and the knowledge and the input and the values of the next generation of New Zealanders. Who can be more important than that other than their parents? So it's not all about where the big bucks are, it's also about the values you bring. If I say to the graduate and soon-to-be graduates, it's all about what you add. And I would urge those in education, of course, since the Minister said you're not required to teach New Zealand history, just ignore that and actually teach New Zealand history. Teach your students about an honest history of New Zealand, not a colonial perspective. Talk about the land wars. Talk about the Battle of Orakau just below us, or go further south and talk about that extraordinary village of Parihaka, where they practiced non-violence long before the great Mahatma Gandhi, long before Dr. Martin Luther King. Te Whiti o Rongamai and his team said to the colonial settlers, there is enough to share. No, we don't intend to fight. Well, that was too much for the colonial mindset, so they locked them up. There you go. But we need to know this history, so please teach that as well. I just want to conclude by saying I wish you every success. I wish you great enjoyment in your professional life after you leave the university. Go out there and enjoy life. It's hard to keep abreast with everything I know. Things are moving so quickly. I talked this morning about the move to electric and hybrid cars. This afternoon's news, this is in the course of a day, it says we only need about 50,000 motor cars in New Zealand, self-drive ones, compared with the current 4.7 million we have. We can reduce that down to 50,000 self-drive and move people around just as efficiently. That's today's update on the news. I'll be able to read the news as well, as far as that goes. So I wish you well. You've come through the courses. You have a great university's qualification with you now going forward. And just remember those insightful words of George Bernard Shaw. Think of things that never be and ask why not. Enjoy the future life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chancellor. It is my pleasure to now introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Warren Scotter. Dr. Scotter is a consultant at Harkness Henry and a specialist in litigation. Throughout his career, he has taken several active roles in law administration as President of Waikato Bay of Plenty District Law Society Council, Chair of the High Court Practice Committee, Councillor of the New Zealand Law Society, and a member of the New Zealand Law Society's executive. More recently, he chaired the Law Society Standards Committee for Waikato Bay of Plenty. He has been instrumental in improving the quality of legal standards regulation and has provided support for many new lawyers entering practice in the region. In 2014, he received an honorary doctorate from the University of Waikato in recognition of his 45-year contribution to law administration in the region. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Dr. Warren Scotter.
Chancellor, Assistant Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, my topic today is far removed from what is expected on an occasion like this. It won't inspire any of you to be better teachers or lawyers, but may I hope encourage some of you as you enter the full-time workforce to keep an open mind about the path that your careers may follow. Strange and unexpected opportunities may present themselves over the next few years. If they do, consider them. They may lead you, as they led me, in directions that you did not ever consider. A few days ago, I was asked by one of the law professors for ideas about what I should say today, and surprisingly he said, why not talk about some of those famous rape cases? And he asked how it was that for a time I had appeared to corner the market in Hamilton for crimes involving alleged sexual improprieties. He thought that might be interesting. Well, I hope he was right. I also hope that you will see the funny side of the rather sad, grubby little case where it all started. I think the learned professor had in mind high-profile cases involving men falsely accused of rape, but those former clients of mine are still all alive and getting on with their lives, and it simply isn't appropriate to revisit their stories years after the dust has settled. But my hands aren't completely tied. I can safely answer the question, where did this all start? And talk about a case from very early in my career. It all started in 1972 with a little case that may well have been Hamilton's last ever case of brothel keeping. I was approached by a husband and wife, then as I recall in their late 50s, recent arrivals from Europe. They were to appear in court that day on charges of brothel keeping, charges for which then they were liable to a maximum of 5 years imprisonment. And the situation was utterly bizarre on the facts as they narrated them and because they presented as very, very ordinary people. There were no fishnet stockings, and as for the husband, he was even then bolder than I am now. He might well have passed for a middle-aged lawyer or schoolteacher. These people told me their story, and I'll come to that in a moment. I told them that I believed that they could successfully defend the charges, but that it would be many months before the case would come to trial. They weren't interested in any defences. They wanted to plead guilty immediately, put the matter behind them, and return to Europe. They told me that they had immigrated here in the hope of providing a better life for their only child, a 15-year-old boy, then enrolled attending a Hamilton school. Now, as I've said, I'll come to the facts in a moment, but can I tell you now that my reputation for handling cases like this a reputation that has been the despair of my family and partners, came about largely as a result of some glib words with which I challenged the judge when asking him to suppress the defendants' names. And this is all these people wanted. And the reason for that was a very genuine one. It was to protect their son. So I urged the judge to suppress the names for no reason other than the inevitability that if the names were not suppressed, readers of the Waikato Times would identify the son as the boy from the brothel. I submitted to the judge that the boy should not be made the victim of his parents' wrongdoing. He should not have to learn from the media and his friends at school, and I quote, that his mother was a whore, his father a pimp, and his home a whorehouse. And those were the words that were published above my name in newspapers, headlines throughout the country the next day, and repeated on radio talkback for days thereafter. So the stage was set, and like it or not, a rather pompous, conservative, then church-going young lawyer became Hamilton's go-to man for cases involving alleged sexual improprieties. Now, this case hasn't been remembered as an illustration of the huge changes in both social attitudes and the law that have occurred over the subsequent 43 years. It's been remembered and talked about, or rather laughed about, for a quite different reason. It seems that someone had tipped off the police that something untoward was happening in a very ordinary two-bedroom flat just a few hundred yards down the road from where we are now. And a team of detectives was sent to investigate, and I suspect that they approached this inquiry with an attitude that would not have been appropriate if, for example, they had been sent to investigate a murder or a rape. One young detective, coincidentally now a friend of mine, was sent to lead the sting with a radio transmitter concealed in his jacket so that his colleagues in the police car down the road could listen in and record the evidence. The young detective was met at the door, and I think it's appropriate to skip through the details of the next 10 minutes as the young detective feigned embarrassment and the lady offered encouraging and reassuring words. The point is, the officers outside were enjoying the audio far too much to take their cue and enter handcuffs at the ready and arrest these sad people. So after 10 minutes, the detective, in the height of embarrassment and blushing, still fully clothed, had to escape the flat and join his colleagues laughing at his expense in the police car outside. Now, on a more serious note, in later years I acted for defendants charged with rape on at least 30 occasions, and it has been my very great privilege and responsibility to have been briefed on a fair number of occasions involving genuinely false complaints of rape. So, how did a young lawyer manage to progress from a rather sad little case such as the one I've described to hugely serious and responsible cases on occasions involving the defence of genuinely innocent men, at least 3 of them at the time prominent members of the community, wrongly, falsely accused of rape? One can acquire those skills only by experience. And I got that experience mostly because in 1973, year after the brothel case, I successfully defended the founder and president of a motorcycle gang, a gang that still exists and occupies the same rather notorious premises in Hamilton, the Fortress. That connection provided me with at least one rape trial a year for 5 or 6 years. The defendants, the original members of the gang, then all younger than me, are, I believe, now all dead. But happily I was successful and didn't incur the wrath of any of them, so I've survived to tell this tale and to benefit from the experience they provided. Well, these cases have only been a very small part of my practice over the past 46 years, but they have provided some highlights. The defence of alleged rapists is not a path I would have chosen, it just happened. Ladies and gentlemen about to graduate, my contemporaries, teachers and lawyers, had it easy. We started out when jobs were aplenty and when standards and expectations were not nearly as great as they are now. But you have enjoyed a level of professional education vastly superior, I believe, to that which was available in the 1960s. You haven't just learnt facts, you've learnt how to think. I congratulate you and hope that you will all enjoy your working lives as much as I have mine. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor.
Thank you, Warren, for taking the time to address the graduates this afternoon and give some lessons from your wide experience. The Chancellor will now officially confer the degrees and diplomas on the graduates here today and those listed in the programme but not in attendance.
I, the Right Honourable James Bolger, Chancellor of the University of Waikato, by virtue of the authority vested in me, do now confer the following degrees and award the diplomas and certificates to those candidates here today and those listed in the programme but not in attendance.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the conferment of degrees and awarding of diplomas and certificates candidates from Te Kuratoi Tangata, Faculty of Education. This includes those candidates listed in the order of proceedings but not in attendance. The certificates will be presented by the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Roger Moulton.
Degree, or the graduate for the degree of Bachelor of Teaching with Honours, please come forward. Also conferred Bachelor of Teaching, Kirsten Jane Meehan. Will the graduates for the degree of Bachelor of Teaching please come forward? Hannah Lee Alchin. Samantha Irene Allen. Danielle Catherine Andrews. Sarah Marie Antrim. Lewis Harrison Henry Ashcroft. Emma Victoria Elizabeth Balchin. Isabel Gillian Ball. Danielle Judith Mariah Balsam. Donna Barker. Katrina Hinedo Norma Barker. Michael Robert Barnes. Kayla Marie Ellen Bird. Karen Cherie Body. Kayla Ellen Bourne. Emma Tamsin Bridgens. Jordan Moana Bright. Jennifer Mary Elizabeth Broderick. Louise Nicola Burns. Matthew Brian Burns. Christy Ann Campbell. Brooke Catherine Kenning. Bailey Chalklin. Also conferred Bachelor of Science, Michelle Tanea Clapham. Laura Naomi Clark. Matthew Bernie Clark. Olivia Helen Crail. Georgia Beverly Crawford. Hazel Elizabeth Dick. Gerard Ranui Dawses. Nikki Marie Eaton. Fiona Sally Edmonds. Laura Melissa Erhorn. Irina Yanula Ikens. Harriet Ann Karen Imbling. Jeffrey Paul Eves. Yuan Fung. Brooke Amy Fisher. Gemma Lee Fisher. Jacqueline Elizabeth Fisher. Kaylee Joanne Flint. Courtney Jane Foote. Danica Mary Rose Frampton. Nicole Jane Fraser. Ashley Marie Frey. Michelle Julia Galbraith. Olivia Joanne Gange. Natasha Joanne Gibson. Wayne Jeffrey Gibson. Michaela Rose Geeson. Rosie Jane Te Rangi Maria Gilbert. Emily Taylor Gillingham. Chanel Marie Godfrey. Kendall Marie Kathleen Gooding. James William Green. Joanne Cameron Gregan. Julianne Maria Hall. Kelsey Lee Hallahan. Yu Bin Han. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Shauna Nicola Handley Walker. Christy Kinnear Hanks. Julie Katrina Harnett. Cherie Elizabeth Harris. Paris Ray Hayes. Nicole June Mary Healy Prince. Natalie Louise Hemmings. Benjamin Paul Hepburn. Vanessa Joy Hill. Also conferred Bachelor of Social Sciences, Megan Claire Hills. Casey James Hodge. Carolyn Patricia Waiata Holbrook. Abigail Meredith Hope. Ashley Kate Hope. Laura Hornsey. Charlotte Tessa Huband. Samantha Louise Hughes. Carlene Raywin Emerson. Nesli Jifta. Emma Joe. Jessica Ann Jury. Rachel Nicole Kirk. Larissa Ellen Koning. Kaylee Lees. Nicole Michelle Lovegrove. Samantha Evelyn Madden. Catherine Marie Mannington. Joseph Sarah Martin. Jada Catherine Martin Fitzharris. Karen Mary May. Kieran Bruce McBride. Debbie Marie McDonald. Cody Dale McKenzie. Sarah Jane McLean. Also conferred Bachelor of Sport and Leisure Studies, Ruby Nora Butterworth Mead. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Kerry Johan Meerkirk. Hannah Rachel Mills. Sally Ann Mitchell. Stephanie Louise Mitchell. Also conferred Bachelor of Sport and Leisure Studies, Diana Jane Moore. Jacqueline Elizabeth Murphy. Danielle Jessie Natraz. Candice Lee Newlands. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Shannon Louise Newlands. Also conferred Bachelor of Science, April Marie Nordstrom. Liam Raymond Norman. Margaret Roberta Northcott. Kelly Ann Nyson. Jonathan Michael Graham Parkinson. Ashley Louise Patterson. Rebecca Catherine Puri. Lauren Adele Plank. Jessica Emily Key. Mariah Katie Quinn. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Zoe Georgina Ransley. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Benjamin Dorrington Redder. Jana Sabine Reichelt. Nikita Joy Roberts. Georgia May Robinson. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Josie Lorraine Robinson. Katie Samantha Robinson. Katie Lee Karen Robinson. Also conferred Bachelor of Sport and Leisure Studies, Sophie Jane Rowland. Emma Kataraina Ruru. Paula Rose Sard. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Hazel Naomi Lucy Seeger. Liana Rachel Sarank. Emma Louise Sercombe. Shannon Lee Shaw. Tara Alice Sherwood. Jaspreet Kaur Singh. Andrea Rose Smith. Michaela Jada Smith. Grant Daniel Spicer. Natasha Krista Stahili Lowe. Bryony Lee Subritsky. Ricky Elise Tanner. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Lamoni Paisango Tafa. Joanne Taylor. Renata Marie Thomas. Laura Kate Thompson. Yi Yi Ting. Jacina Pari Josephine Toimata. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Jeremy Richard Tompkins. Juliana Beth Treadwell. Cherie Ann Trenberth. Nicola Janet Turnbull. Vetakina, Peti, Jani, Tu'uholoaki, Pekipaki. Rochelle Louise Tweedy. Jessica May Tyrell. Peter Adrian van Verenhoven. Sarah Caroline Nolene Veyer. Also conferred Bachelor of Sport and Leisure Studies, Stephanie Kate Vervoort. Nicole Marie Vorend. Anna Agnes Wafer. Diana Carol Wallace. Dale Ann West. Briar Kate Wilkie. Shanice Jean Williamson. Holly Alexandra Yardley. Lisa Zorg. Chancellor.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the conferment of degrees and awarding of diplomas and certificates candidates from Tiparinga Faculty of Law. This includes those candidates listed in the order of proceedings but not in attendance. The certificates will be presented by the Dean of the Faculty, Associate Professor Wayne Rumbles.
Will the graduates for the degree of Master of Laws please come forward? Reita Te Pai Mary Linda Earlbeck. Vashini Tinila Swasini Purusram. Will the graduates for the degree of Bachelor of Laws with honours please come forward? Moria Bringos. Also conferred Bachelor of Management Studies, Mark Richard John Calderwood. Catherine Michelle Clayton Green. Also conferred Bachelor of Management Studies with honours, Arno Elsing. Chong Feng. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Natalie Jane Foster. Laura Cheryl Hahn. Also conferred Bachelor of Social Sciences, Natasha Louise Hartigan. Also conferred Bachelor of Social Sciences, Claire Marianne McClellan. Ryan John Moulton. Catherine Angerard Pultney. Angela Mary Vanderwee. Will the graduates for the degree of Bachelor of Laws please come forward? Caitlin Ann Bailey. Lauren Te Tianui Itinga Soleil Bergen. Nicole Elizabeth Mary Billington. Drew Martin Buckley. Shivani Margaret Burnett. James Cameron Ross Chapman. Jessica Crystal Collette. Michelle Catherine de Jong. Morgan Lee Patrick Dodkin. Troy Joseph Flavel. Jamie Alice Fogarty Jones. Sarah Yvonne Mary Fraser. Jasmina Guba. David Jason Hardy. Eduera Bernard Harry Reading. Also conferred Bachelor of Social Sciences, Kayla Dawn Harvey. Also conferred Bachelor of Media and Creative Technologies, Saska Alexandria Hayes. Matthew Reed Hutchison. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Kyra Jade Irons. Also conferred Bachelor of Social Sciences, Kylie Gemma Jens. Also conferred Bachelor of Management Studies, Nicholas Alexander Jerome Jens. Joshua Vance Johnson. Rebecca Joy Louise Kelson. Holly Ann Kuniger. Also conferred Bachelor of Business Analysis, Paige Alexander Lane. Peter Henry Simaili Leopepe. Ruta Masina Lupe. Jadine Louise McLeod. Kieran Lee Morgan. Marie Ange Mumperies. Russell Terence Nywood. Rachel Ann Parker. Frederick Oi Piniare Donda. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Ashman Nisha Ratnam. Jasmine Shawnee Retief. Hayley Patricia Revel. Ryan Joshua Saville. Mohammed Shabini. Also conferred Bachelor of Social Sciences, Rajbir Kaur Singh. Siatu Sione Fa'amoe. Amanda Jane Smiler. Also conferred Bachelor of Social Sciences, Amelia Crystal Smith. Stephen John Stebbings. Jack William Sullivan. Chin Yu Tang. June Tawali. Also conferred Bachelor of Social Sciences, Gabrielle June Bernice Thompson. Also awarded Bachelor of Arts, Sarah Lorraine Thompson. Krishan Rajne Tikaram. Jamie Ann Elizabeth Tulloch. Betty Vaivasa Fa'afuina Vaiusu. Nigel Leith Wade. Lu Ning Wong. Also conferred Bachelor of Arts, Rebecca Young Wong. Isaac George Watnell. Clinton Caleb White. Nicholas Guy Wilkinson. Also conferred Bachelor of Social Sciences, Kate Alexandra Wilson. Alexander Phineas Young. Will the graduand for a graduate diploma in law please come forward? Ashraful Alam. Chancellor.
Tremendous. That's going now too. It's always, from my perspective, seeing all the success written on so many faces coming across the stage. So the warmest possible congratulations on all those who have just been capped and the number that have taken double degrees and all of that. A lot of work. So well done. Warmest congratulations, but you didn't do it by yourself. So now I'm going to invite the graduates to stand. Be careful what you do with your trenches. You're not allowed to throw them into the air anymore. Health and safety. I'm not making this up, I'm telling you. Could all be dragged off to jail. There's so many lawyers out there now. Please stand and thank those who made it possible, your friends, your family, your whānau, everybody who has helped you. Please stand and applaud them for what they've done. Excellent. Now that you're all proud graduates of the University of Waikato, don't leave us. Remain in contact, and the best way to do that is through the Alumni Association. And I've had the great privilege of being in many cities around the world at alumni events when we meet with the graduates of yesteryear and the days well before most of you were here. So remember that. And one other small reminder is actually, would you please, now that you're going to earn some money, pay back the loans you got from your parents. Well done.
It is my pleasure to now introduce the student speaker for this ceremony. Natalie Foster has graduated today with a conjoint Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Laws with honours. In her arts degree, Natalie majored in theatre studies and performed in several stage productions. During her studies, she received a Prime Minister's scholarship to Asia to study in Shanghai. She completed a student exchange to the University of Maastricht in the Netherlands. In 2015, she was selected for a 2-year Judge's Clerk's position at the Auckland High Court, which she began in January of this year. Would you please welcome to the podium to give the student address, Natalie Foster.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the Chancellor, the Right Honourable James Bolger, and the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Neil Quigley, as well as the Senior Deputy Vice-Chancellor, for providing me with the opportunity to speak today on behalf of the graduands who just became graduates. Welcome to today's esteemed guests, faculty members, and of course, all of the family, friends, and supporters who have taken the time to come along today. Don't worry, I'll keep this brief. I'm sure we're all ready to go out and celebrate. But before we do, on behalf of the graduating class, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all of the people who have assisted us on our journeys. Personally, I would like to thank the staff of the Law Faculty, the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, the team who supported the Hillary Scholars, and especially the mentor to the Theatre Scholars, Gay Poole. And of course, the biggest thanks to my parents, who are basically the best parents out, and who have been my biggest supporters for the last 5 years. Happy birthday, Mum. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Machu Dixon, who passed away recently. He was an important part of Te Piringa, and I'm sure an important part of the journey of all of the law graduates here today. When I was asked if I would like to speak today, I was very relieved that the university reassured me that I didn't need to feel obliged to say anything wise. I don't think I'm in a position to be offering any profound life advice. I definitely don't feel that I've managed to clock the role of responsible adult yet, given that I still feel successful if I make it through a week without having cereal for dinner or running out of clean socks. But although I may not feel that I've achieved the title of proper adult, I realise that I am a fundamentally different and hopefully better person than when I came to the University of Waikato 5 years ago. And I think that regardless of whether you are graduating today with a Bachelor of Teaching, a Bachelor of Laws, a postgraduate degree or a diploma, whether this is your first degree or if you are returning to study, if you consider the things you knew before you came to the university and the things you know now, you'll find that this time has taught you a lot. And I don't mean the things you've studied, although I'm sure you learned something about education or the law, bonus points if you still remember it. I mean the life lessons, especially the ones that might not have seemed that important at the time. Sure, I can tell you the elements of a claim of negligence, what Gay Morgan's 3 humps of government are, or the legislative history of the Animal Welfare Act 1999. But I also know how quickly I can write 3,000 words under pressure, how long I can go without sleep, and conversely, how to nap anywhere at any time. And I think that these things might be just as important. Maybe you won't write them on your CV, but they shape the person you are, the way you approach life, and the things that will happen to you in the future. The University of Waikato has been, for me at least, a fantastic environment for making these discoveries. The great thing about university is that there are opportunities everywhere. to join clubs, to enter competitions, to meet people. Everything is open. I was fortunate enough to be able to go on exchange for a portion of my last year of study, and it was the best experience of my life. But there was a moment as I was wheeling my 2 suitcases in the rain, over cobbles, to a street with a name I couldn't pronounce, to my flat that I had never seen, in a city where I knew no one, and I thought to myself, Natalie, what have you done? But what followed that moment of panic was without a doubt the best few months of my life. So the life lesson I learned in that moment, which may not be profound or particularly wise, is that when I do something that makes me question myself in third person, what follows could be amazing. Or it could be terrible, but we'll leave those stories for another time. Now that we have left university, if you're not staying here for another round, of course, the opportunities might not be so easy to find. They won't come in the faculty's weekly newsletter or be advertised at the beginning of lectures. But I hope the opportunities that lead to these seemingly insignificant life lessons still exist. We might just need to look a bit harder for them. Congratulations, fellow graduates. Not only have you graduated, but you've crossed the stage without tripping. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie, and thank you to all the graduates and their families, friends and supporters who've attended this graduation ceremony this afternoon. As I said earlier, today the graduates have been admitted to the community of scholars of this university. Graduates, although you have completed your formal association with the University of Waikato as a student, you are now warmly welcomed as a valued member of the university's alumni community. This is a great university, and through its staff, graduates and students like you, we're having a huge impact on the economy and our society nationally and internationally. Throughout your career and further study, I'm sure you'll meet many others who will tell you proudly that they have also studied here. We look forward to staying in touch wherever you are around the world and hearing of your future success and successes. As we come to the end of the ceremony, it is my pleasure to invite our kaumātua, Taki Turner, to offer a porapora aki. Kia ora.
E te rangatira, the Chancellor, Mr. James Bolger, the Deputy Chancellor, e te hoa, e mihi kauan. E me ngā rangatira kai arahi o te wharawānanga o Waikato, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. E aku rangatira ngā mātauranga o te ao, e mihi atu ana kia koutou. I'm sure if I need a lawyer, all I need to look into that book and I see your name in there, I can ring you up tomorrow. And if you don't answer my phone, there's something wrong with the graduation today. I'm sure you're all going to be on it, whatever future you're going to go to. Nā reira e pā inu atu ana kia koe, kia whakatauhia ngā mana ki taka ki runga, me ki ngā tauira me ngā iwi katoa I raro te tuanui o tō tātou whare. Me ki o te mana whenua o Ngāti Wairere, e ku atu nei kia koe. Nō reira kia tau kia tātou kia te whai o tō tātou ariki a ihu kreiti, me te aroha te atua me te whiwhinga tahitanga ki te wairua tapu. Ake, 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 āmene.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the procession of university staff and graduates out of the auditorium.